Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Game Boyz podcast. I'm here with my pal Bowman. How you doing, buddy?
Great, man.
Yeah?
Good to be here.
Thank you. It's good to have you on my podcast. My name's Pat, and we got a real treat for you. We got some gaming news.
Good.
We got some probably a philosophical topic at the end. Hopefully Bowman's got something for me there.
I got something.
Yeah, okay.
I think I do.
And then we took a week break because there was literally nothing to talk about. That's the pitfall of doing a weekly podcast, and it's summertime, so there's it's a slow season.
Yeah, I didn't want to record a podcast where we're just rambling and trying to find news from somewhere. I do like our topics where we don't actually have any news topics. Like those are, I agree with you. You've said that's like some of our best episodes.
Yeah.
But there was nothing, nothing at all
not at all
last week. So.
Yeah, but we've got some juicy ones this week. Some rumblings of a new game console.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about that last week, but that was literally the only thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll jump into that one.
Well, I mean,
or rather,
what have you been up to? Anything? What are you playing? What are you seeing? What are you?
I am playing Gravity Rush 2 right now, which I'm halfway through that, and I started up Night in the Woods. I usually need some kind of game to wind down at the end of the night that's like stress free, and I can just chill in my bed and play it. And I have that on Switch. It was on sale a while ago, and I bought it because I knew I wanted to play it. So that's been fun. I can definitely say that you will not like it.
Night in the Woods?
Night in the Woods, definitely not a pack game, for sure.
Because the SJW stuff, or?
No. It is walking simulator for sure.
Oh. Is it a first-person game?
No.
Is this the game I'm thinking of where you like come home from college?
Oh, that's Home or whatever?
No.
Well, Night in the Woods is that where you recently dropped out of college. And you're coming back to your small town basically as a dropout.
Right.
And you're coming to terms with the fact that, like, things change, some things don't change, trying to find your self-identity. You're kind of playing, the main character you play, she's kind of just a little shithead, basically.
Right.
All the choices you're given to say are always kind of just sarcastic. And just, it reminds me of just that cynical young 20-year-old directionless person doesn't know what they're doing.
Right.
So I like the message it has so far. So it does have like a quirky mini. Like I just got handed my laptop was messed up in the game, and one of your friends helps fix it. And then
one of my friends.
Well, in the game.
Okay.
Helps you fix it, and he installs like a game on there, and then sure enough, it's like a little mini dungeon game that I'm playing within the game, so that's been kind of cool.
Like a dungeon crawler? Or?
Yeah, like a dungeon crawler game. It's
like RPG or
no, like a
Binding of Isaac type.
Binding of Isaac type game, but not really that. Obviously, not really that deep because it's just a game within a game. And there's also a rhythm section within the game too, which is not good.
Okay.
Which is pretty disappointing because they put all of the controls for the rhythm on one side of the controller. Mm-hmm. Which most rhythm games have you use like both the directional pad or, like on the Switch, it's great because you can use both sides of the controller, just like Persona 4 Dancing All Night does that, Hatsune does that, and for some reason they decided to use one side of the controller, which I can do it, but it's just kind of killed the rhythm section for me. It's made it not fun. But the game in itself, I've only dipped my toe into it. I actually been kind of gaming ADHD right now, which I am playing a lot of Gravity Rush 2, but I also put Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy in there, good. And it's great. I
never really played those games.
I never played Crash growing up. I think I might have come over to a friend's place and watched him play, and I played like a couple levels, but that's pretty much it.
Are you playing the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so let me tell you this: the first one is by far the worst one.
Okay.
And the second and third one are much, much better.
Yeah.
So if you're enjoying the first one, you only have. It's only looking up from there.
Cool.
I mean, the second one, in my opinion, second one's my favorite. Some people would argue the third is the best one. Some people would argue the second one is the best one. They're pretty close. I felt like the third one got too carried away with like the vehicles and animal riding and stuff like that. Second one's like an in between. Like the first one's primarily like 2D platforming almost. And the second one is like mostly, it's like a lot of 3D platforming with some 2D platforming, and also just a couple of like levels peppered in where you like ride an animal. Third one is like, they really, ridiculous. Yeah, you're riding vehicles, you're flying around in a plane and stuff like that.
Okay.
Still fantastic game, and I loved it when the Insane trilogy came out for PS4. I 101%ed them. So
it's fun, man. I'm really enjoying it, and it's definitely a nice game to just jump in and out of, and I appreciate that right now, because I just have such a busy schedule that games like that I'm really all about right now, and especially. It's such a everyone's on repeat, but it really is a great game for the Switch, because the Switch is such a great game that a system where you can just jump in real quickly. You just turn it on real quickly, and I can play a couple levels, and then I'm done. And I even had a friend over, and we just turned it on and played it together. It's a great game to play together and just watch each other get frustrated.
Yeah,
because it is very difficult.
The first one's the hardest one.
I love how much detail they put into this remaster.
Yeah.
Like when the many ways he gets killed, like it's just the shoes.
Well, it was always like that.
The shoes flying.
Yeah,
up.
It was always like that.
Yeah,
they just remastered the animation, but it's always been like that.
It's really cool.
I mean, surely you heard about how they had to edit it, censor it in Japan.
Yeah, because
of the serial killer. Hear about that?
Are you talking about when he gets squashed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a great game, and you're right, it's a great game to like pop in, and I mean the levels only take 5 minutes or whatever. So
yeah,
I do recommend to you that when you play the second one, make sure you're trying to like get all the boxes and stuff for the gems, because in order to like get the actual ending of the game, you have to get all the gems too.
Can I be kind of chill on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one they went too far with it, and like. I think in order to get the gem, you have to break all the boxes and beat the level without dying. And it's just, this is too much. It's too much. And it's just, the second one is literally tied into the story. Like there's another guy throughout the whole story that's like, get the gems. And in order to get you have to get the gems in order to beat it. You can beat it with just the crystals, but you get the bad ending.
All right, well then I'll try to do that.
And it's just, it's better if you just do it while you're playing the game, so you don't have to go back later.
Yeah.
And replay the level. So, yeah. All right. Anything else going on?
Yeah, man, a lot. Like I really increased my collection recently because I finally went ahead and I had 2 giant boxes of games, and I just got tired of them sitting there. So I went ahead and just traded them all in. Yeah, and it was like all my extra systems. I like my I had a Game Boy original in there. I had like 4 Genesises, like a Super Nintendo game. I think there was a GameCube in there. Even like my broken stuff they took in, which I appreciated, and just random other knickknacks. So I got a bunch of credit, and then I ended up getting buy 2 get 1 free, which was Crash Bandicoot, Darkest Dungeon, which you recommended. So.
Just a few times.
Yeah, just a few times. You talked about that enough, and it was on the shelf, and I just looked at it and went, okay, if I'm going to get it, because it was buy 2, get 1 free, I might as well pick it up at this point.
I mean, if you like turn-based RPGs...
I do.
And you like stat managing and stuff like that, and like, being careful with what you're doing. If you want a mindless RPG, this is not it. Yeah. You're not just going to get through this game by hitting the button over and over again and just killing the enemies. You have to really, really think about everything you're doing.
Well, I think... when you first talked about it, I looked into it, and I didn't like the art style at first. I don't know, it just looked too typical indie comic book looking, where it's got that like, ooh, like this is dark style and everything. Right. And then when I saw you play in action, I was really impressed by it.
Yeah,
the music, the way the whole thing's packaged together, it's great.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play that. What else did I? Oh, I got Binding of Isaac, which because I love. I really like those types of games, and I want to get into them more. And I'm starting to get into more of like rogue style, where when you die, like you start from the beginning. Spelunky got me into that, so I've been enjoying that one too. So I popped that one in for a little bit. So I've been, as I said, kind of on ADHD gaming right now. When it comes to gaming now, the way I game now is that I have one long-term game. It's like like my Gravity Rush 2 right now, where it's like that's like the main kind of long story game that I'm playing right now, and then I'll just pepper salt shake basically some indie games in there when I just want to have like a chill gaming session when I get home. I don't know if I'm rambling too much, but I also went ahead and modded both my Super Nintendo Classic and Nintendo Classic, which was insanely easy. I didn't think the program that's out there that lets you do it, it's really easy. And
packed into the mainframe.
Packed into the mainframe. Yeah, it's really easy to just add games to it. And as we talked about, this is kind of one of my topics where when your perspective changes on retro collecting, because it's just my lifestyle is moving in a direction where I just simply can't anymore.
Right.
I just don't have the space for it, and I'm not going to have the space for it. So I really appreciate stuff like this. I appreciate good emulation, and that's what I get from these two systems right now.
But here's the real question. The thing that everyone's wondering, did you put RC Pro-Am 2 on Classic Edition?
I thought about it, but I did not because it's not 4 players.
So you can play 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, I can always add it on there. I did think about that. But it's not fun with 2 computers. So they just
disappointed in you. I've beaten the game with 2 players before.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll put it in there.
All right, I guess.
One cool thing for me, and I wanted to do this, was I put the Japanese version of Earthbound in there, Mother 3.
Okay.
So that's been cool for me because I wanted to just... I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I couldn't figure out how and when I was going to do it, but I've been recommended from like pretty much several YouTubers when it comes to studying a language that a great way to study a language is to play a game in another language.
Right.
And I just couldn't picture myself playing a brand new game that I haven't played before in Japanese. I just did not see that happening. And I feel like it would just be stressful and a chore. And this has been cool for me because I already know all the storyline. I already know like pretty much what the dialogue is at this point. So I get to just go through line by line and translate it. So that's been pretty neat.
Cool.
Overall, it's been a whole lot more gaming stuff than usual, man. And it's been pretty good. So
I'm the opposite. I haven't gamed at all.
Yeah, I'm usually not gaming at all right now, and I've been gaming like crazy.
Here's my problem when it comes to gaming, and I'll just go right into what I've been up to. I've been playing the Nier Automata, you know, that old thing. And I'm almost done with it. But I'll probably finish it tonight. But the problem for me is that I will not play other games. Period. I will not play another game. Well, and maybe I have for those of you who don't know, I have a Neo Geo arcade machine. Occasionally, you know, those games are bite-sized. You play them for 10 minutes and you're done. So I don't count that as sometimes I'll pop that on and play something. But when I'm playing a game, I will not start another game, period. And that causes me some issues because then I'm playing this long, big game and I'm like, well, I've got an hour. I'll go like days, maybe a week or more, not playing anything because I just can't bring myself to pick up this big game that I'm playing. And so sometimes I will go through dry spells, and I haven't played any games because I've just been busy, and I didn't feel like I had the time to play Nier and finish it. So
see, not to interrupt you, but that's the issue that I had, and that's where I've kind of changed my perspective on that, because I was doing that where I would just go, okay, I'm not allowed to touch any other game, and then it makes it feel like a chore. You're just like, you look at that game and you're like, all right.
The difference though is that I finish a lot of games.
Yeah, I finish a lot of games too.
I finish more games.
Sure, this isn't a competition.
It is now. It is now. You made it a competition.
I'm not trying to make it a competition. I'm just saying that.
All right, right now, lay it on the table. Let me see your list of games you've beaten.
I don't have that, but I find myself looking at my game collection and going, you know what? Like I buy these games to enjoy them. Like I'm gonna enjoy them however I want to enjoy them. And when I get home, I don't want to feel stressed. And if a game feels like a chore, then I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah. Well, this game doesn't feel like a chore so much as, I don't know. Just when it comes to, sometimes I'm just lazy about it. I'm just like, I don't feel like playing a game for like a series. And the issue was like earlier you came over and I was in the middle of it, and it's like you can't just save wherever you want in that game. Yeah. So if I don't have a lot of time, then Plus, I also have like a lot of mental hang-ups when it comes to playing games. Like I've talked about this with you a lot, but like I won't play a game if there's like anything I could be doing that is productive.
Oh God, absolutely.
And I guess that's just ingrained in me because growing up, my mom just always yelled at me for like playing games, and it was always viewed as like a lazy thing or whatever, you know. It was viewed as with a negative stigma, and now I feel guilty if I like play too many games. So as I'm sitting in a room filled with 1,000 games.
Well, certain games, like, yes, they're fun, but sometimes the problem for me is I get home from a long day of work. I want to just chill out on the couch and watch, like, I've been watching The Sopranos now.
Yeah.
So I just want to chill out and just watch it. I don't want to. Gravity Rush 2 has been challenging at certain points, and I find myself getting stressed out.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. I love the challenge, and it's satisfying. But I just had a long, stressful day, and I want to get home and just kind of just chill out and watch something. I don't want to be challenged.
Yeah.
So that's the issue that I have sometimes. So.
Right. Well, so anyway, been playing Nier Automata, and then last week we had a little barbecue here for 5.
Yeah, it was good.
Had our friends over, and I smoked some briskets and hot dogs and sausages, and my dog ate most of those.
Yeah, it's tradition at this point.
Yeah, every year my dog eats all the hot dogs. And
we get too drunk and we stop paying attention.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's like everyone's outside like smoking or just hanging out outside, and I'm looking around, I'm like, where's the dog? Why isn't he out here? And sure enough, I go inside, and all the hot dogs are gone.
Yeah.
And he's in there by himself, which is abnormal. If people are outside, he wants to go outside.
Yeah.
So immediately when he wasn't outside, I'm like, there's something not right here. And I go in, check, they're gone. And I come back outside, I'm like, guys, were there hot dogs left? And they're like, yeah, a lot. So
they're gone.
Every year this happens. He eats the hot dogs. But aside from that, good times. We had some heated money puzzle exchanger battles on the Neo Geo. Every party I have, I tell you this all the time. Every party I have is like, that's like, I feel justified in that purchase of the arcade machine. Yeah, because I don't play it that much. What am I gonna fucking stand around, by myself? Like it's kind of like a social thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna stand like very rarely do it. I do play it sometimes, but very rarely do I just stand around and play it on my own for long periods of time.
Yeah, your wife and friend were playing like Simpsons at one point on it for a while.
So anytime I have that party, that thing gets used the whole night, and I feel justified in the somewhat large purchase. I paid like $600 for it, so but it's a lot of fun. So